go. Yo, what you doing here in Plainview, man?
I live here now. And it was either Wolfpack or Dynasty for Club League, and I didn't want to play with you. So I chose Wolfpack.
Yeah, so you want the scouts to see you playing on the losing team and see a star on that, okay.
I'm going to get the scouts to notice me by shooting every chance I get. I mean, if I play with you, you'll be yelling at me to make the extra pass.
That's right, because I want to win.
Okay, that's all you think the scouts care about?
Yeah, the scouts care if you can win, bro.
Okay, then you really are stupid, bro. Let me give you some game, man.
Here we go. All right.
Scouts only care if you got the skills that translate to the next level. That's it. Point blank, end of story.
Well, you only prove that by winning.
No, you prove that by showing how you can help them win at the next level. All right, I'm cocky, but I'm not stupid, MP. All right, I'm not a high flyer. I'm not a rim protector. So if I want to leave this broke down town,
you are a high flyer.
I have to prove I can shoot.
That makes sense, bro.
Your driving dunk is a 96. You are a high flyer.
Man, you ain't got to be Wimby. Shoot out the gym. But since you care so much, I'm going to give you that L you've been asking for.
Yeah,
right?
all right, bet.
All
Let's
right,
do it.
Bet.
Hello everyone and welcome to our presentation of Illinois Club League Basketball. I'm Joe Lamy, joined by Danny Hogger and Drake Hugo. Some of the future stars of the region look to hone in their skills as we have the Wolfpack hosting the Dynasty.
And to call this a rivalry might be underselling it. This is more of a feud than anything. These clubs really dislike each other.
And the Wolfpack would love to play spoiler in this one, looking to put an end to the Dynasty's 11-game win streak.
Yeah, Joe, and both of these teams have plenty of talent to get it done tonight. The Wolfpack are only 7-4 on the season, but this roster can play with the best of them and can pull out a win against just about anyone.
And how excited are you for this one? This is about as intense a game gets at the club level. These teams genuinely dislike each other.
From deep, drops it in from long range.
He's been a huge catalyst for this offense here.
Wells outside. Pass to James. Puts it up from 12. The rebound by Dave Zadirko. And Drake, you talk about the rivalry between the Wolfpack and Dynasty. They've both had their moments.
They certainly have, and I would expect a very physical game here tonight. That's the bare minimum when these teams play.
Wells outside. Pass over to Robinson. Over Zadirko. Robinson's shot is off.
And we've talked about the heated interactions of these teams before. It's a result of history and proximity.
Oh yeah, the bad blood comes from getting in each other's faces way too often over the years. Certainly doesn't help they operate out of the same region in Illinois.
Now Wells. Picked by James. Lets it go from deep. Wells, no good. Guarded by Wells. Gets it to go from long range.
Oh, talk about falling asleep on defense. What were they thinking leaving him open for that three?
They're having trouble stopping this run.
And the more trips they continue to come up empty, the more the pressure builds on them.
Now Wells. And they waste no time getting those 3 points right back.
Oh, the moment that three went in on the other end, you just knew Wells had the answer on the other side. He's great from beyond the arc.
Puts up a three. Stoffer comes up with the board.
And you look at the Dynasty, MP has led the charge all season long. He's been a huge factor for them.
Without a doubt, he has rejuvenated the team this season. A standout for the Dynasty as soon as he joined. Now here's Hopkins. From outside the arc, another three for the Dynasty.
Hawkins sees the floor so well, sort of like a falcon, spotting prey and swooping.
Win by 50.
Swooping the ball for the score.
Outside James, to the paint. Wells, no good.
Throughout this period, he's really had a hard time scoring.
And sometimes you're not feeling it, but it could be an opportunity to maybe create something for someone else.
He is cooking something spicy from downtown. How many more threes can he hit today?
He's like an astronaut finding space out there, and he's in rhythm.
Robinson sets the screen. And once again off the mark by the Wolfpack. And he can't extend the lead to double digits.
Well, the big name in the showcase has to be MP. He's a 5-star recruit and has a clear path to the NBA with his skill set and athleticism.
And scouts want to see him take over the game. They want to see him be athletic. They want to see his instinct and moves on the floor. Because sometimes he can defer it a bit too much.
Connects it from downtown. MP has been something else this first half. Well on his way to a huge game. High post, Patrick Wells. Can't get it to fall. And it's the Dynasty with the ball. Fires for three. Another three for the Dynasty.
Jumping at it with a significant lead already.
Just dominating on both ends. Let's see if their opponent can mount any type of resistance.
They just can't get anything going offensively.
And you can see the frustration mounting. They just don't know who to turn to for points.
Now here's Robinson. James, covered by Fisher. Offensive rebound. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw contact and he'll shoot two. And when Patrick Wells joined this team, he added some much needed shooting that elevated this team to the next level.
Ding! Yeah, just like an elevator jump. Really dialing up the damage potential this team now has from deep.
Here's the Dynasty. It's a 14-point game. And the Dynasty, another three. It's very easy to see why MP is so high on the scouts list with how he's scoring tonight. Robinson sets the screen. Davidson pulls it in. The three ball. Another three for the Dynasty. And you love how MP has been able to put up the points with all the scouts watching. And with a showcase game like this in tonight's rosters, you can expect a lot of college scouts in the stands.
The importance of this game, setting the narrative of each player's potential. Opinions are forming about these players, and each minute could be another pro or con in each scout's report. Nice find by Joey Johnson. He's studied the all-time greats at the center position, and he's putting that knowledge to work here.
Here's the three. It drops. That's his 9th field goal of the game. A blistering hot 9 for 11.
Shooting it so efficiently right now. He's definitely making his presence felt here in the first half.
Now a timeout called by the Wolfpack. Here's Johnson. Carter. Outside James. Carter's shot is off that time.
And for Eric Dillard, he's a standout at the high school level in the area, but most scouts have him as a middling recruit.
He can just disappear from games too often, though. Great shot, but too many easy mistakes that he has yet to fix. Now here's Carter. And Tommy Fresh finishes it off.
Lead pass that keeps their offensive momentum flowing.
Defended by Carter. Back to Fisher. Junior. He's covered by Johnson. Shot clock at 6. And the Dynasty another three. And what a game for MP. He is showing out with a 30-point evening. Pass to Fresh. Inside. Cordova. Up top, it's Carter. Try to answer back, but that three is off the mark.
When I talked to Wolfpack shooting guard Deshaun Carter pregame, he had a tablet with some personal scouting notes, animated plays, and video highlights.
Yeah, Danny, I was looking at his tablet, and he even had a My NBA franchise with creative players to represent each team. That level of dedicated planning makes him a database of information on these teams.
Now here's Fresh. Pass to Cordova. Back to Johnson. Cordova. Deshaun Carter from the outside. Another miss for him. Now shooting 1 for 4 from the floor. That 3 off the mark.
He couldn't capitalize on the poor coverage, and the defense has to feel a little bit lucky that he missed.
He's got to give that shot another chance.
Now here's Fresh. Pass to Cordova.
2 minutes remaining.
Down low.
2 minutes.
Nails the baby hook.
2 points.
His passing is locked in, even when the man is in motion.
And now the Dynasty with it.
Dynasty coach Duncan Carter has worked to impart a sense of focus in this ongoing rivalry. The rivalry of these teams is well documented, and he wants his club to continue their winning ways.
Yeah, Danny, he knows that the way the games have swung between these two sides is a dynamic rivalry. He would like the Dynasty to play at a heightened intensity for this one. Sends it home from three-point land.
Dillard with an absolute dime there. Looking to show he's more than just a shooter.
Outside, it's Johnson. Deshaun Carter from the outside. That doesn't fall either for Deshaun Carter. 4-3. Another 3 for the Dynasty.
What a first half he's having from downtown. He's been locked in since the moment he stepped on the court.
Cordova outside. Back to Carter. Hits the three-pointer. Well, you think about what sets MP apart on this Dynasty team. His athleticism you rarely see at the club level.
He's been stunning, Joe. When he's driven, he's physically capable of explosive feats. Speaking of, I'm setting my phone up right here because I think we've got a great angle for some viral content.
Another 3 for the Dynasty.
He's enjoying a hot hand in this game. He just keeps sinking one after the other.
Cordova outside. Deshaun Carter from the outside. And the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And through one half, it hasn't even been close. The Dynasty on top, running away with this one, and we'll be back in just a moment. The teams have had their break, the Wolfpack and Dynasty getting ready to kick things off here in the second half of play. And in club play this season, the Wolfpack enter tonight at 7-4, while the Dynasty are a perfect 11-0.
And I'd say we could throw out the record books, Joe. Whoosh! Let's threw mine right across the table. Sorry, Drake. Because of the history of these regional rivals is so complex. Both teams thrive on denying the other the chance to win in big games like this one.
Now Wells. Pass to James. Over Fisher. James, that's good.
It looks pretty, but he doesn't need to use the fadeaway when he's that open.
Three-pointer. Another 3 for the Dynasty.
If they're going to be successful, they need his scoring. And they've certainly gotten it today. And then some.
Robinson sets the screen. Here's Stopper. The Dynasty grab the miss. And for Zach Timmerman of the Wolfpack, he moved here from Iowa not too long ago.
Yeah, we haven't seen too much of him, and I know the Wolfpack would have liked to see more of him. Unfortunately, he's been plagued by back problems, which can't be fun. You wonder how long he'll be able to keep playing for.
Now Wells. Rejected by Eric Fisher.
Eric Fisher really helps out his team defensively. He's got the size, and so they kind of expect him to do it. But that doesn't mean it's not impressive when he does.
And they're just scoring at will, getting whatever shot they want out there.
Yeah, in the lead, it's only getting bigger. Not sure what the opposition is thinking at this moment.
Pass over to Robinson. And Dave Zadirko with the block.
And Zadirko loves when shooters try to challenge him because he embraces going after the blocks.
The three-pointer, no good. And the leader of this Wolfpack team, without a doubt, is Patrick Wells, a three-star recruit who has a chance to play at the next level.
Hey, he's not the biggest or most athletic player on the floor, but when he warms up, look out. The kid can straight up shoot the ball. If he can bulk up and add some strength, he could be a factor in college.
Stoffer brings a double team. Outside Luan. Brett Hotkins from outside. The shot's good on the assist from Michael Luan.
And the story of the second half has been their shooting from long range.
Found their rhythm coming out of the break, and they're hunting those perimeter shots.
Now here's
I honestly don't need
Stoffer. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. And Patrick Wells outside. It's hauled in by the Dynasty.
Important not to let your ego run the offense. You could see he really wanted to answer that made three with one of his own.
He's money on the shots.
He's the leading scorer in the game and has been the dominant figure today, no doubt. And we're here in the gym of the Plainview Panthers. It's a familiar floor to some players in our game today because they go to high school here.
Oh, yeah, exactly. I mean, home court advantage is everything in a contentious game like this. A little extra bit of comfort might make a difference. You can't count anything out in such a heated affair.
Robinson's shot is off.
And they're desperate for a bucket.
They can totally feel it slipping away. Got to get a jump start for their offense.
You compare how this game has gone between MP and Wells, and so far it's been all MP.
MP has left no doubt that he's ready for the next level. He's a man amongst boys right now, and the NBA is going to be in his future.
Guarded by Wells. Out to the right wing. Launches it. Sinks it from distance.
And it hasn't just been one facet that helps them build the lead. They've been terrific all around.
It has been a complete performance, and the effort level's been fantastic too.
Now Wells. Outside Stoffer. Shoots over Hotkins. But he stays with it. Stoffer misses.
You look at this Wolfpack roster, a lot of players who will play college ball, but Patrick Wells could be the barometer.
And they are ecstatic to have him with the team. Add some much-needed shooting. They're hoping he can change the fate of their season. Shoots the three. Another three for the Dynasty.
A play like that shows you how advanced Luan's understanding of the game is. He found the open man with no problem.
Here's Wells. Goes up and lays it in, nice and easy.
He's able to find a seam in the defense and just lay it right in.
From past the arc, gets the three ball to go.
Their shooting percentage just keeps improving here in the second half.
Well, they've done a great job sharing the ball. Good teamwork typically does result in high percentage shots.
Now here's James. Here's Stoffer. The lead pass was put just in the right spot to produce the layup.
I like the confidence by Stoffer. When he's close to the rim, he looks to score whenever possible.
And on the bench for the Wolfpack, Coach Barry Bay. He's been with the program several years now and is trying to continue the success they've had this past decade.
Yeah, and standing directly in his path once again is the Dynasty. But with new leadership on the court from Patrick Wells, Coach is hopeful that the tide is about to turn for the Pack.
And there's the 35-second shot clock violation, so they have to give up possession.
Thank God they're taking me out now. Take me out for the rest of the game. Why did you put me back in a minute later? These niggas gave me a minute off. I dropped 65. Like, I don't need to do no more explaining. If this
Nails it from three.
He came out of the locker room on fire. Great second half for him so far.
Wells outside. That falls. Nice feed that time from Michael Stoffer.
Well, all game long, we've seen the passion that these teams have played with. No let up, no quit from anyone on the roster.
Yeah, passion is definitely one way to say it. Nothing that we can repeat on air, but it certainly seems beyond a little friendly ribbon.
Now here's Dillard. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer's offline. Passes to Wells. Crafty move. Here's Robinson. And there's the bucket, staying with it that time, getting it done on the offensive glass.
Not nearly enough energy on the boards there to prevent the putback.
At the defensive end, they've got to be way more aggressive than that on the glass.
Now, here's Madison. And the Dynasty, another three.
Terrific find. Everyone loves playing with someone who can move the ball like that.
Outside Stauffer. Offensive board. Here's Wells. Off target with the jump hook. And Timmerman will come over to help. Swing to Madison. Guarded by Wells. And here's Junior. Shot clock at 5. From the arc. Gets the 3 to fall.
All about the dime there. Terrific court vision.
Here's Stauffer. Passes to Wells. Patrick Wells misses another.
Can switching baskets make that big of a difference? It's thrown him off, and he can't get anything to fall in this half. He fired with
Did I
confidence
miss
from deep.
that?
Just couldn't get it to go.
Yeah, but you love that shooter's attitude. Shoot it when he can.
We know Wells for his shooting mainly, but makes the play for the team on that occasion.
Stauffer brings a double team. Junior outside. And here's Eric Dillard outside. That shot is off.
Flat out inexcusable defense. They got lucky that he somehow missed that shot.
He knows he should have buried it with the defense being that lax.
Count it.
They probably wish this run came earlier.
At least they are showing some signs of life. Something they can build on going forward.
I got him, I got him.
From deep. Stauffer grabs the board. Wells outside.
Ball coming, ball coming.
Robinson sets the screen.
Hey, front him.
Passes to Wells. Fires from deep. That will do it. Put it in the books. The Dynasty continue their amazing start to the season and now stand at 12-0. Great win for them here.
A real gem. You can see why the Dynasty have been the team to beat. Great execution for them when it mattered most.
Well, you know the Wolfpack would give everything they had. You could feel the intense tone of this rivalry match early on.
Yeah, we've seen this before. Ultimately, talent just wins out. The Dynasty has a great group of players to build on, and they might have been tested here a bit, but they proved to be the better team.
For Drake Hugo, Danny Hager, this is Joe Lamy saying thanks for watching.
Yo, she was here. I didn't see it.
Yeah, she came with her cousin.
Ah, man, you mind if I talk to him real quick? I apologize, bro. Hey, look, I know we butt heads over the years, but we go to the same school now.
Bro, are you thick in the head or something? I don't like you, man.
Look, I ain't trying to be your best friend. I'm just trying to win some games.
All right, that's fine.
Yeah.
How about we talk on the court? And off the court, you and me win cool.
Great. That's a great attitude.
It
We're
is
going
a
to win
great
states
idea.
like
Yep,
that.
Yep, and I don't care about states.
Yeah, that's because you playing for the Scouts.
Right, and that's because you playing for the fantasy. What, you think they're going to rebuild the factories because you passing a little Jimmy in the clutch? You
Nigga,
really
we
want to
blew
help
y'all
these
out.
people? How about you take over? Make the league. Then when you got some actual power, you can actually help these people. All right, stop this nice guy hiding behind that when the truth is, you scared to become the player you need to be in order to build a real dynasty. This is just a costume, bro. These words, meaningless, unless you put something behind them.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, think about it.
Niggas be so mad they lose. Nigga, I only got that much VC for doing this.